Hi everyone, this is Dr. Fu. I hope you're doing well. I was just on the phone with one of your colleagues, so I decided to make a video after talking to him, as it just seems so much better if someone is walking you through the project and what's expected. So this is what the slideshow is about. So let's go ahead and get started. So as many of you know, the first part of this project is coming up. So this is, I think it's called Design a Dream Initial Ideas. You can find that link on Canvas. So what I'm expecting from this particular assignment is for you to start thinking about a possible topic and just give me a brief idea of what you want to do in the outline of the project. So what is the project exactly? What past students have done is they've taken three different routes. So the first route is you can use the theories that we have covered so far or later on the book to design a space or redesign a space. So for instance, students who might have been expecting a baby or have young children might have designed or redesigned a nursery using the developmental theories. So for instance, I remember a student took a photo of her daughter's current room and then talked about how she looks at it differently now that she's taken developmental theories, and she kind of critiqued her own choices and then proposed a new design for her daughter's bedroom. Whether you do it in real life, that's fine, but I think she was just much more mindful of how certain things that we might buy or design for our children really don't enhance development or sometimes may be harmful. So that's one route you can do. People have redesigned hospital rooms to be more developmentally friendly to children, redesign playground, redesign classrooms, whatever it is. So you can use the theories and redesign a space that children, adolescents, or even older adults use. Whatever it is, as long as you incorporate developmental theories, you are good to go. So route number 2 is you can do a research project. What I've had students do in the past is they might have delved into the impacts of trauma and grief and loss on teenagers who might have lost a loved one, and tips on how to overcome dental anxiety for small children, just the various things. So the second research project, as I call it, is essentially you digging into a topic that you're interested in and then presenting it in that 20-second per slide format, and then just telling us what you found out. So if you're a researchy type of person, this might be the route you take. The third one is a more applied piece, but if you couldn't think of a topic to design or redesign on your own, there's a Word doc also underneath the link, Design Your Dream Initial Ideas, that first assignment. Within that, there's a possible topic that you could choose. So there's various things. I think there was like 16 topics total. So be sure to check that out if you have no idea on your own. I'm sure one of them will kind of grab your attention, or you can do a spin-off of one of those. Recently, I was at the botanical garden with my son. He's 5, and then we were talking about money and the concept of money, and a lady overheard us, and she was like, yeah, it's really hard to know when and how to talk to children about money, even though it's so important. So if some of you are interested, you can even do a topic of how to talk about children, how to talk to children about a certain topic. That's also okay, like money, sex, going to school, making friends, difficulties in the world and how we process the news, whatnot. Doesn't really matter. But if you can't think of a topic on your own, there should be 16 existing ones in that Word document. So pick one. I know one that students typically like to do is looking at different TV shows and what children are gaining from it, and then critiquing it from a developmental standpoint. So the essential idea for this presentation is for you to pick something that you like, to be able to communicate what you found, what you designed, whatnot. So it's working on the communication skills. And then it's also using your theory and how well you can articulate it, how well you can use your critical thinking inside of it. So it's kind of that threefold. And then later on, once you have your first oral presentation, what you'll do is you'll have peer critique and review to give you feedback on, hey, that was a great topic, you did well, smooth overall, it was really smooth, but maybe slide 16 didn't really make sense. Either you might want to give a little bit more context before or after, or maybe take that slide out and put something else in. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of what I'm expecting for assignment number 1, and then kind of the flow. Okay, before I wrap up, I just wanted to show you a screenshot from Canvas of the various deadlines that's coming up. So the first assignment, when you click on it, you'll have a much more description of what I just said and the Word doc that I was referring to. So the initial idea is really give me your topic, briefly explain to me what you want to do, different theories that you have going on that you think would be applicable. This is a chance for me to look through them, give you feedback to say, yay, you're good to go, dig deeper, or it's like, hold on a second, I have some concerns. Let's redirect you to a way that you can actually fulfill this project. It's not meant to be a very long assignment at all. It's really more of a check-in, so I see where everybody's at and then can intervene if I need to. Most of the time, it's a thumbs up, you're good to go. And then the next part of the project, as you can see with the due dates on there, is the first recording. So what you'll do after I give you the thumbs up, you'll start putting together the PowerPoint, which is a 20-second per slide type of presentation called Pechu. You can search Pechu on the internet. You'll see various examples. But essentially what Pechu is it's trying to avoid the traditional PowerPoint where a lot of times we fall into, let me put a lot of bullet points, let me put a lot of words. It's very, very specific. It's 20 slides, 20 seconds per slide, and you're only allowed to have the title on the very top and images. So really it's not you reading off the bullet points, but it's you choosing very carefully an image that would help convey the story. And then essentially what most students have found in the past is it's because 20 seconds per slide is not a very long time. You need to kind of carefully script your speech in order for you to kind of squeeze all the content in, but in a way that's still understandable and people can follow you. So the second part of the assignment would be give us the first recording. So obviously if the first recording is all good to go, you wouldn't really need to do much. So essentially it's doing the second assignment and the fourth assignment all together. But what the third assignment is after your first draft of that recording, after you upload it, your peers might say, hold off a second, that part didn't make sense, go back to it. Or they might say, hey, you're good to go, that PowerPoint was great. So it just kind of depends on how much effort you put in the first one, on if you got the directions right. But essentially, if you do things really well the first round, there really wouldn't be much changes or not a lot of changes to be made when you submit your final draft. It could be the same, it could be just slight modification, but then if you really go off the wrong track on the first assignment, there just might be a little bit more work. But most students find it to be really doable. It's a little challenging to wrap your head around the first time if you've never done one. And people find that it's a really good activity to go through to really make sure you have a good story to tell. You're not relying on your bullet points, but you're using that image to really help tell the story, whatever that story may be. So I will end right here. If you have any other questions after you hear this and it still doesn't make sense, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hope all of you are doing well. I'm pleased with the work that you've done so far. I'm happy to be of support and help you reach your goals. And I'm really excited to hear about your ideas and then the first sets of products that you come up with it. So I will be in touch soon, but this is it for today. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.